Okay, so the first color you saw me put down was that candy ruby red to go over this weeping willow. Now we're going to add this gold silver green flake to it for the next layer before we do the final hard coat over top of the whole table. Here now is with the second coat of the gold and silver and green. Welcome back to Renegade Customs. We're not out in the shop, but we're in the woodworking shop tonight. Seems like a lot of you guys like how this table was coming along with a little sneak peek of it. So right now we got it flipped upside down because we got some low spots, what are now high spots because it's upside down, and then we got to grind this whole backside and smooth it all off around the edges because we got the corners cut finally. So got a whole bunch of grinding, and then we'll be able to seal the bottom of the table. We got this whole side all sanded all the way down to the corner. Starting to work our way back down, so it'll be all sanded, and we can wait till the next day after everything's settled down, and we can start prepping it for epoxy. I'm all dusty. Shop is dusty. I'll blow this all off, and tomorrow I'll be able to put the first coat down on the bottom, get all the edges sealed up, and we'll go from there. So it's the next day. It's really hot in here. Well, we got the next coat down on the bottom to seal it. It's looking pretty good. I'll go over it with the torch to pull the air bubbles out of. And probably later tonight I'll be able to do the second coat for it and let it cure, and then we can flip it back over to finish the top and the sides. She's getting there. Woo! It must be like 90 in here today. It is fucking hot. Alright, so first coat is completely dry. So now we can do the second coat on this for the bottom. And go along the edges and everything that's going on. And we got our corners all cut for the end piece. So we'll do one more coat, let that dry, and then we can flip the table over and do final coat for the top afterwards. So we're back. Grab this up a card what we cut. So we did a mix of heavy green metal flake with glow in the dark pigment. Still kind of 50-50 how this glow in the dark pigment works to the mixed ratio of what I'm doing. It's something new, what I'm trying. Not sponsored by any of these companies or anything. I mean, I'm just trying to figure stuff out while I build some custom tables for myself. I've done a couple for some people here and there, like this one. I'm still waiting for the guy to come pick this one up. That is definitely not a cheap table. I mean, it's not like this damn thing. This thing would be like double the cost. But this is my own personal table. So I'm just trying out some new product. Trying to figure out how it works and stuff if I do it with some other stuff. So this will be the second coat for the bottom of this big piece of weeping willow with the river table. If it glows at the end of the night, great. If not, whatever. I'll still have a clear coat, green underneath it for the second coat. What will be smooth. So we're gonna get this all laid out here, and I'll show you afterwards. So I pretty much just pour it out under the spots I need, and then I just take the card and squeegee it through. I hate wearing these, but it's the only thing what keeps it from sticking to my skin. Like a lot of it here is just going to be for filling all these bug holes and rot spots underneath. They get it smooth. This green is going to kind of be really thin throughout the thing underneath. You're not going to see it from the top, so. But if it glows at night, the bottom of the table will have a hueish green texture to it at the end of the night with the lights on, depending on the areas. This is basically what we do for the bottom. Because right now we're just putting the final coat on the bottom to make sure that the wood is secure and I don't have heat and cold shrinkage in between winter and summertime because of the wood stove what's in the house. What I've learned over the last 2 years of making these tables, definitely need to seal them. So we'll get this all like completely smoothed out. I'll get over to the other side, so I'll show you afterwards how we're done. Alright, so the green coat is in for the glow in the dark flake underneath the table. This will seal the whole bottom of the table for the second coat. Now we let that dry, and then tomorrow, the next day, we'll be able to flip this table over and do the final 2 heavy float coats on top of the table and the edges. So we just laid down the 3rd coat of epoxy. Everything filled in for the bottom of the table. Get it all nice and smooth and sealed in along the edges. So she's looking good. So next 2 days we'll let this cure and we'll be able to flip her over and do the final coat.